How well do you wait? Waiting patiently is not a strong virtue in American society, if you haven't noticed. There's a couple of types of patience. First, there is waiting for something. Waiting for the bus, waiting at the doctor's office, waiting in line. That's a type of patience. Also, tolerance of other people. Being patient with a 3-year-old who's learning to dress himself, or an older child who's learning to tie his shoe. Or tolerance, patience of the woman in front of you in the 15 items or less express lane when you've clearly counted 17 items in her cart, and even more if you count each tomato individually. Either way, either type of patience requires that we allow a certain amount of time to pass without becoming irritated, anxious, or angry. A woman's car stalls in traffic. She goes out and looks under the hood in vain, while the guy behind her relentlessly honks his horn. She's had enough. So she goes to his car window and sweetly says, "Look, I don't know what's wrong with my car, but if you would like to get out and look under my hood, I'll stay here and honk for you." We aren't patient people. We're in a horn-honking, microwaving, fast food eating, express lane shopping hurry. We don't like to wait. We don't like to wait in line. We don't like to wait in traffic. We don't like to be put on hold. We don't even like it when people talk too slow or don't get to the point immediately. Robert Levine, in his book, A Geography of Time, recognizes a new measurement of time called the honkosecond. It's the amount of time between when the traffic light changes and the guy behind you starts honking his horn. He says it's the shortest measure of time known to science. How well do you wait? You've been in the doctor's office for over an hour. You, A, are grateful for the opportunity to catch up on a July 2008 issue of People magazine. B, complain that you have a highly contagious and fatal disease, hoping to clear out the room. C, force yourself to hyperventilate so you get immediate attention. We aren't patient people because we are conditioned for immediate gratification. You may be familiar with Daniel Goleman's book, Emotional Intelligence. In his research, he states that at the heart of emotional intelligence is the ability to delay gratification instead of living our lives at the mercy of impulse. The most celebrated example of this is the marshmallow test. You can Google this. You can see some current video on YouTube, but the original marshmallow test was done in the 60s. A 4-year-old is placed in a room with a marshmallow. The experimenter says, "I have to go run an errand. I'll be back." If you can wait, you can have 2 marshmallows. If you can't wait, you get the 1. You can imagine those 4-year-olds squirming in front of a marshmallow. A group of Stanford University researchers followed these 4-year-olds for many years and saw that when they grew up, the ones who were able to wait could cope with stress much easier, and also were less likely to give up under pressure. The ones who couldn't wait were more stubborn, easily frustrated, and much more resentful. Most fascinating to me is the fact that the ones who could wait, on average, scored 210 points more on their SAT scores. All studies point to the fact that poor impulse control is associated with delinquency and substance abuse. So how do you develop patience? You must ruthlessly eliminate hurry from your lives. Imagine I'm a doctor. I just gave you that prescription with a note that said your life depended on it. Because maybe it does. According to WebMD, impatience leads to stress. Most of us don't have to look up that research to come to that conclusion. 80 to 90% of all doctors' office visits are because of stress-related complaints or ailments. Just a few things that stress causes. Stress can cause headaches, high blood pressure, heart problems, diabetes, skin conditions, asthma, arthritis, depression, and anxiety, just to name a few. So, how do you develop patience? Practice. Practice waiting. Get into the habit of arriving early. Maybe when you go to the store, you choose the longest line intentionally. And God forbid, try this one. Allow the person behind you to go in front of you. Drive in the slow lane. Practice breathing. As you wait. So how do you develop patience? My personal advice to you, I'll end with this one tidbit. Catch yourself when you're thinking about what you should be doing and just enjoy what you are doing. Practice the art of being patient and notice how well you do wait. And I am going to give you some words of wisdom from other philosophers that will help you understand the importance of patience.